Hey guys, it's Winterwolf and welcome back to my channel. Today we are coming with a very special video because today we are collabing with Molpe Sims, and if you don't know who Molpe Sims is, what are you doing? You definitely need to go check her out right now. She does pretty much everything Sims related. She streams on YouTube, which is super cool. No one does that. And she does pretty much everything from like casts, gameplay, she even does some building, and I thought this collab was pretty complimentary because she said that building is her weakest link, and obviously I am a Sims 4 builder, so it works out really well. We have sort of a 4-part collab coming up. So today's first 2 parts, she made the Sims, I'm making a build for the Sims, and then for parts 3 and 4, we are going to be doing a storyline with them. I'm just going to make something up and then she's going to have to come up with some sort of ending, or vice versa, not really sure yet. But yeah, so this is going to be a really fun collab, and it basically encapsulates everything you can do in the Sims, right? Because it's got the gameplay, it's got the building, and it's got the cast all in one. So this is going to be really fun. It kind of just combines everything. It's going to be testing my limits because, as y'all know, I'm a builder, and storylines, we've seen me do storylines, okay? I haven't even finished my Let's Play that I said I was going to do. Stopped at like episode 2, but let's not talk about that right now. Let's talk about the Sims we're building for instead. I will link Molpe's video down below where she actually makes the Sims. Make sure to go check it out. You will not be disappointed. And yeah, but basically, hopefully on the screen I have them somewhere so you can see who I'm referencing. But first we have Joanna or Johanna Lemons. We have Eleanor Odell, Josh Diggs, and Miles Hook. These are 4 friends from high school whose lives have changed drastically, different priorities, they're very different personalities, but they're all still friends. And one of the friends came into wealth, and that's how all of these friends decided to move in together, because this person had so much wealth, they had a nice big house. That's kind of the storyline for this. And so I got to pick whoever I wanted for like what the house is based off of and all that kind of stuff. Like, this was completely my freedom. I didn't even have to go with that storyline if I didn't want to, but of course I did because she came up with it and it sounds like a cool idea. So I was just really fascinated by Miles Hook, the cowboy over here, and so I was like, okay, I really want to build something based off of Miles Hook, like the main house. And at first in her description of them, she was like, Miles just wants to have fun. So I was like, I should just build this super cool, like futuristic build. Like maybe he's the one who went into money or got money. And so now he just bought this like really wacky, like futuristic mansion. But I don't know. I just kept coming back to the fact that he dresses like a cowboy. And so I was like, okay, let's build a more Western, maybe American, Victorian home and go with that instead. I don't do styles like that very often, but I think this was a fun one to do. I was a little bit scared to do it because I really wanted to do something super amazing, and I don't know if American Victorian homes are necessarily like super amazing in The Sims, but it's just what I went with anyways because it just seemed like a good idea and I've never done it before. So this was a lot of fun to do. So Miles is who this house is based off of. This is Miles' home, in my opinion. I've made this for Miles, and his 4 friends live with him. I think we'll go into the details of the 4 friends later, but basically, Johanna or Joanna lives in a trailer next to the house, and she is in her 3rd trimester, and then he has 2 other friends, one who's more academic and maybe a little bit more like mature, and then he also has his friend Josh, who's a mermaid actually and is more of a go with the flow yoga type of guy. So this is a very big variety, which is why I feel like this would have been such a challenge to do if I just tried to like make a house based off of all their personalities and stuff like that. But I think I pull it off because obviously in this house, the cowboy is the overarching theme, but the house has stuff for all of them and all of their traits. I do my best to include rooms that fit them, not just their bedrooms, but like extracurricular rooms outside of their bedrooms. So for example, what's a good example? Eleanor is a bookworm, and so there's a whole library in this house. And of course it fits this house because this house is like very big and very formal. So it works out really well. You'll see how it goes. I'll talk more about them when I get into their bedrooms. At first, I was like, okay, maybe I should just talk about it now, but I think it'll make more sense if I talk about it with the bedrooms, but maybe I won't have enough time. This floor plan, by the way, was so hard because it was just this big open concept. And you see I do close it off a little bit later on. I added an extra room in here because it was too big, guys. It was way too big. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, this living room especially, I was like, let's have this massive living room. And so I was going to do like this big L-shaped couch, but we don't have like formal L-shaped couches in The Sims. Like we have the ones from Dream Home Decorator that you can make, but they don't go with the vibes of the house. So that was unfortunate. But now we're getting to the bedrooms. I think the first bedroom we do is actually for Josh Diggs. So Josh Diggs is a mermaid. He has the Zen guru aspiration. He is outgoing, cheerful, and a dance machine. And I sort of got like city vibes for him, but I also got obviously Sulani vibes because he's a mermaid. So I kind of went with this, like maybe he was a mermaid who lived in Sulani and then moved into the city. So I kind of tried to mix in city living and Sulani in this place so it doesn't look super islandy. Like if it's more like he has some of his culture with him, but it still carries that more like colder city vibes with the black and white colors, the black and white color scheme. But he also still has a couple of more cultural pieces, talking about, for example, the candle and that weird little flower thing on the side. You'll also see he has like a little tiki wall decor piece, so he does carry his culture with him. But I really liked the idea of him being like a city boy because he dresses like a city boy. So I was like, he seems like a city guy. He didn't seem like the kind of guy who just, came from Sulani with the full like, cultural outfit and all that. So I was like, yeah, city boy from Sulani definitely makes more sense. And then there's, of course, some pictures of the beautiful ocean and stuff, which you can get from bb.show hidden objects, by the way, if you guys didn't know that exists. But he is a yoga dude, so of course we had to put some yoga stuff in here as well. I just imagined him to be like super chill and like not super chill, but like he's not serious about life, like not immature, but he's not overly stressed out or like working towards a big achievement. Like he's not like trying to get a job or anything like that. He's focused on himself and he's just enjoying life, and he's like mature but still having like fun right now, not focusing on stocks and like having to save up and things like that. So that was my vibes for him. And then now we're moving into, we're moving into the main bedroom. Actually, this is going to be the cowboy's bedroom. I had a hard time doing this because I was like, what the heck does a cowboy do? Because I was like, this bed is nice, but then I was like, is it too feminine looking? Because it kind of looks like a princess bed. I think it is even called a princess bed, but I was like, but this is the kind of thing you would see, isn't it, in an American Victorian home? So I was like, you know what, we'll just put some dark color scheme. Maybe it'll sort of become more masculine as the rest of the room grows. And I think it does. I don't think it looks like feminine or anything like that, or traditionally feminine. You guys know what I mean. But I really like this room. I like the dark color scheme. I don't do this sort of like, I always associate this sort of color scheme with like a man cave, because whenever you look at like man caves on like Google and stuff, you get like the whole dark wood paneling sort of vibes with the leather and very traditionally masculine aesthetics. And so I was like, this is fun because this isn't something I usually do. So that was pretty cool. That was a lot of fun. I do, by the way, cut out the footages of the bathroom. This is a really long video. It's 25 minutes long, and earlier it was 35 minutes, and so I started cutting footage. You will see pictures of the bathrooms, I think, at the end of the video, but I did not show you guys the furnishing of them. I feel like bathrooms are boring anyways. And now we're working on Eleanor Adele's bedroom. She is academic, a quick learner, genius, bookworm, and ambitious. So she was someone that Molpe told me maybe she's looking to go to college, maybe she wants to be a professor, and obviously since she's a bookworm, I was like, okay, we'll go with the bookworm vibes. And just, I feel like she's very mature, and so her room is kind of not super personality-ish. I don't know, she's like mature, so her room's kind of not basic, but like it doesn't have anything crazy. I don't know. I just felt like this room was more basic in comparison to the other ones. I don't know why. I did put a bookshelf, of course, because she's a bookworm. And I think, did I forget to give her an office? Oh my god, I think I forgot to give her an office. No. Oh, that's so sad. I feel so bad for you. No, I did give her an no, did I? No, I don't think I did. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot to give her an office or some sort of like computer. Oh well. I mean, this house has computers, so she doesn't need one, but I meant to give her one in her bedroom, so that's a big oops on my part. But yeah, so she has a very neutral color scheme. If you look at her outfits and everything, it's all very like browns and neutrals, and she has some pops of like yellow. So I tried to put some pops of yellow in this build, but for the most part this room is very neutral, especially in comparison, for example, to Josh Diggs, his is also very neutral, but his color scheme, like for the sim, he wore a lot of blue, I assume because he's a mermaid, right? So maybe kind of like ocean vibes. So I did try to go for something, again, it was still like black, a lot of neutrals, but there was still a lot of blue in the build. So this is how I tried to like associate their likes and dislikes, because I don't think Molpe actually gave them likes and dislikes. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go off of their outfits instead and base the color scheme of the rooms off of their outfits. So that's how I kind of ended up doing all of their rooms. And then here we've got a library. As I said, Eleanor is a bookworm, so I felt like adding a library would both make sense for the build, since it's sort of this American Victorian like traditional, and so I felt like a library is pretty traditional, and of course it fits with her aspirations and personality traits as well. I think I was originally supposed to put her office in here. I think I put a chess table instead because I forgot that I was going to put her desk and stuff in here. So that's a big oof on my part. But oh well. Oh well. I really love this library, by the way. I think it just looks so good. I think it looks very like majestic, and I think it's sort of got that Western charm. I mean, I'm not from like say like Texas or anything like that. This is this very foreign aesthetic to me. The closest I get to this sort of like southern, I keep saying Western, but I mean like southern. You guys know what I mean. It is Western. What am I saying? Western is southern. Man, I'm losing my brain cells today. It's like, okay, also it's 6 a.m. on the day of this collab, because low key, this build took forever. Okay, I had like 7 hours. No, I had 5 hours of footage, but I spent way more time off camera. And so I'm sort of last minute editing and doing this voiceover right now, as you can tell. So yeah, I'm really tired. So if I like ramble or like don't make sense, that would be why. I wanted to do this earlier. Molpe, literally the day we talked about this collab, it was literally a month ago, I think, or maybe even more than a month ago. And I was like, yeah, I can't post this collab for a while. And the day we talked about it, she just did it all in one day. I was like, oh my god, I feel so bad telling her that I can't do this until like November, late November. And so then I was like, okay, I gotta get this done, because then I was like, okay, we can maybe I'm aiming for like either November 7th, the week of November 7th, or the week of November 18th. And so come time, I was like, damn, I gotta finish this now. I was going to, but like usually I do collabs ahead of time and stuff, but I had uni work and I was like stressing out about it, and I was like, okay, I need to prioritize the uni work first. So that's why I'm sort of last minute doing this at 6 a.m. in the morning. It's pretty bad, I know, but it's, you know, you do what you gotta do. Now, you may be wondering, where the heck is Johanna/Joanna? She's actually not living in the house. She lives in a trailer, but we won't see that for a while, so yeah. What was I ranting about before I started talking about how I did this last minute? I don't even remember. Oh, I was saying something about Southern. Like, this is so far from an aesthetic that I know really well, because I live on the West Coast of the US, and I certainly don't live in any sort of like country area. I do go to like a country area, but that's like for horseback riding. I don't like live anywhere country. So this is very foreign to me, but I feel like I tried. You know, a lot of it's just kind of what I would have assumed. I didn't do a whole lot of research for this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did not do research for this build, because I mean, I looked at like exterior pictures, but I didn't really follow through with like looking at interiors. I did a little bit, but like not really. You know what I mean? Like maybe I looked at one reference picture and then I was like, oh yeah, okay. A lot of this is just kind of like what I would have assumed is kind of country lifestyle. So yeah, plus it's just based off of whatever Miles liked, and I felt like Miles would like this kind of thing. His outfit is literally all brown. So I felt like it worked out. It works out, you know. And this was the perfect time to use Cottage Living in something that isn't a cottage. I was so proud of myself for that. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. I was thinking about using the kit, but Molpe doesn't have the kit, and then I realized that the kit does not look formal enough for this place. So it worked out really well that I got to use Cottage Living. And here you can see we've got the extra rooms being added. This is a little walk-in closet, which I think is pretty dang cute. I'm actually surprised because sometimes I forget to put these kind of things in, but they're like my favorite things to do. So man, poor Eleanor. She doesn't have an office, but we got a little card room and stuff in here. This is a card game room. Because Miles was someone who just... Okay, I don't know if I said this, to be honest, but according to Molpe, Miles just likes to have fun. So I was like, let's put a lot of like fun things, random fun things. Like maybe he picks up a lot of hobbies because, you know, when you're loaded, you got the money to spend to do whatever you want, you know? So I was like, maybe he's just like having fun doing whatever. So we've got a card game. We've got some other like pub games. I don't remember what they're called. So that's why I'm like not mentioning it. There's obviously the ping pong table, which is upstairs. Did I even add it? No, I didn't add a ping pong table, did I? I don't remember. Oh my gosh. I added that other game with like the spinny... I'm not even gonna try to explain that. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the game that you play football with on the I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna stop. This is Miles' office. Apparently I gave Miles an office and not Eleanor, so that's even more unfortunate because what the hell does someone who's just having fun need an office for? Maybe that is her office. Maybe that is. Oh, and last minute I had the idea to add a secret basement. So this is pretty creepy. This is obviously built in Strangerville on Plateau Palace, which is kind of like that rich area of Strangerville. Yeah, Strangerville. For a second I thought I was going to say Strangetown, but that's not. No, Strangerville. So I last minute decided to add some sort of creepy basement because, you know, when you're in Strangerville, you got to have creepy things. So this is a weird little lab area, and I'm thinking of something pretty cool for a storyline with this because I'm trying to do the beginning of the storyline, and if I can't do it, then I'm going to hand that off over to Molpe, and I'll do the end of the story. But this is a creepy little area, and it's not really sure why I'm not going to give you guys details on my thought process for this storyline, but why is it there? They don't even know that it exists. All I'm gonna say is that Miles didn't not even know that this exists. He doesn't sit there and touch books. You know, someone that's just having fun. He's not like, yeah, I really want to read the encyclopedia today. So he definitely did not notice that those bookshelves were fake. But there might be someone else who would notice that kind of thing. So yeah, that's my idea for the storyline. We'll see how that pans out once I actually go into trying to record something like that. I have no idea when the second part of this collab is coming out, by the way, because I can't think of that right now. I still haven't finished my uni labs. I have 2 labs, both due December 1st, but they are literally taking me forever, and they are so much a part of my grade because so it's a lab class, right? So there's only like 4 labs in a semester, and so this is like everything. I can't like not do well in them. So I'm super stressing because my grade is just based off of 4 labs. And it's not like easy labs, you know, like some labs are easy. Like chem labs are pretty easy. Even orgo labs, I would say, are pretty easy because they still tell you what to do or like how to, at least in my orgo class they did. If you guys don't know what orgo is, it stands for organic chemistry. But they would like tell you what to do. But like for this one, you just have to figure out all the analysis on your own. And usually he's pretty nice with the grading then because he's like, as long as you've thought of stuff, but I still stress out about this class all the time. Now we're getting into the trailer. Did I mention this? I don't know. Joanna, God, I don't know how to say her name. Joanna gave me like Southern Barbie vibes. I don't really know why. I mean, she does like pink and she's blonde, so maybe that's it, but I don't know. It just seemed like it made sense, kind of like that Southern Barbie pageant girl or something like that. So she's very like bright and pink for some reason, and so I was like, we're gonna give her a nice bright pink trailer. And she is actually pregnant. She's in her 3rd trimester. The baby is coming and she lives in a trailer, and I just felt like she could make this trailer into her own little nook. I feel like maybe she came to Miles for help. She was like, yeah, I'm pregnant, I need somewhere to stay, I don't have the funds, and he like kindly let her stay here. Maybe that's her trailer, or maybe he bought the trailer for her, or it's just temporary until he can empty out a room for her, maybe. So you could take this a few different ways. Like maybe he gave her that trailer and is like, yeah, I don't have any room, you can stay there instead. Maybe she likes being in trailers. Maybe she didn't feel comfortable living in the house with all them. Maybe she wanted her own space for her and her kid, even if it was something small like a trailer. Or maybe, like I said, this is just temporary and he's gonna build or like empty out maybe the library or his office or something and give it to her and her kid. Or maybe when they get older he'll do that. Maybe they just didn't want a crying baby in the house at the time. Who knows? So yeah, that's the storyline for this. This was actually really fun. This is probably my favorite part of the build, this sort of trailer house, because I don't do trailers. I don't think I've ever built a trailer in The Sims. I've wanted to for a long time, but I never got around to it. And then for the color scheme, it's so different from the house. So different, because the house is just all brown neutrals, and this is like a freaking unicorn threw up in here. It's a lot of I kind of thought like maybe she's into a little bit of boho. She wears a lot of pink and yellow and green. I think she wears green, I can't remember, but she wears a lot of pink and yellow. Maybe the green was just what I felt looked good, but she wears a lot of pink and yellow, so I was like, we're just gonna go all out crazy. I feel like maybe she's a little bit immature. Maybe she's really young though. Like she could be in her 20s for all I know, like young 20s. Maybe she's just now turned 20. And she has a kid, so she has this like very young aesthetic. I feel like she'd be out there on Pinterest, and that's how she figured out how to decorate her children's room. And I feel like she goes for very bright colors, and you know, I feel like going for super bright colors isn't exactly a very like adultish thing to do. Stereotypically, I feel like adults usually tend to go towards like lighter neutrals, boring, you know. So she's got a very colorful life right here, very colorful build. So I just feel like maybe she's not that matured, but like not immature like in a bad way, but just, well, I feel like maybe she'd be a little bit klutzy, you know, like maybe she'd forget things every once in a while or not be able to think things through. But like she's also she's there when you need her, right? Like I feel like she's the kind of person that would toughen up when she needs to be toughed up. Like she's tougher than she looks is kind of what I'm saying. So yeah, that was the vibes that I got from her, because I'm just thinking of like that over exaggerated Texas stereotype of like everything's bigger in Texas and beauty pageants and all that kind of good stuff with like Barbie. It fit with the Western theme, okay? It fit with the Western theme. I'm gonna stop talking about that now. Now we're working on the backyard. We're actually almost done with this video. I cannot believe that, because this felt very short. But we're almost done with the video, which is really exciting. The backyard has a chicken coop because Miles, who I actually am now realizing I forgot to give you his traits. So Miles is a curator as his aspiration, which means he wants to collect things. And for some reason he's missing a trait that I can't see, but no. Okay, so he loves animals. He's an animal lover. He's a goofball, and he's family oriented. So he's a pretty cool sim for someone that just wants to have fun. Like I feel like he's mature, but he comes off as like very immature, you know? Like he's got that side to him. Basically everyone is immature in this house except Eleanor is what I'm saying. Nah. He's like mature, but also he likes to have fun. So I gave them a little chicken coop because she made the sim, so I didn't feel like it would be right to add a dog or a cat, because she didn't add a dog or a cat, so I didn't even bother furnishing for a dog or cat. But I did add chicken coop because he is an animal lover, so that fits with his vibes. And then the whole storyline she came up with wanting to have fun. So I have like, there's like 3 bars in this house, which is no, there's 4, because there's a globe bar as well. There's also a cute little, I don't think you guys saw this, but there's a little bar cart in the dinner area, and I went into debug and I got these like vinaigrette bottles. I think they're meant to be like oil and vinegar and like salad dressing, but they look kind of like alcohol bottles, so I was like, hell yeah, we're gonna use that instead. So I think it worked out pretty well. But there's a lot of alcohol in this house. Maybe that's why the baby's not allowed in here as well. Yeah, there's like 4 bars. This is the dance area because Joanna likes to dance. So I was like, let's put the dancing part here. At first I wasn't sure I'd be able to fit it in. I was like, no, we can just put it outside, because I felt like inside it didn't really fit the aesthetic, you know? Like at least some of the other stuff still fits with the whole aesthetic, but a dance floor and that just doesn't, in my opinion. So yeah, it had to go. But we did fit it in the end. And then she also has a little campfire area, and not she. What else do they have? My bad. This is the whole backyard that she doesn't own. They don't own the backyard. This is for everyone. Yeah, it just has a couple of planters and a pool because I felt like the mermaid needed a pool. So again, just trying to pull out what I could from the house for the Sims. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys liked this build. I think it's probably one of my best builds I've ever done. I know I say that all the time, but I've never done an American country home, so this was a lot of fun. Again, if I rambled or don't make sense, I so apologize. I have not gotten to bed and it's 6 a.m. in the morning because I need to get this video out at 9 a.m. But yeah, make sure to check out Molpe. As I said, I'll have her stuff linked down below. You're about to hit screenshots, so don't leave. And yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. As always, if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me, hit the subscribe button. If you really like me and want to be notified every single time I post a video, go ahead and hit that bell button. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time.